What you say? Yeah. Let's get it poppin', y'all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Word. And it's the daily. You think it ain't when it is. You think it won't when it wins. We are here, y'all. We in motion. Daily Go Get 'Em is the show on right now. Oh, yeah. And it's the daily Go Get 'Em is yeah. So that's how we getting popping, y'all. It's on and popping. How y'all feeling? How you feeling now? Is it going down? Glad to see y'all here. My people's all up in the house. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling tonight? Tonight on the daily. Word up. So it's the daily Go Get 'Em is yeah. So y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? For real. Word mother, for real. So tonight, since it's Pretty Petty Tuesday, we're gonna talk about something that's super petty. If you ain't speaking, I ain't speaking. If you ain't speaking, then I ain't speaking. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that now? Yeah. So what y'all know? You know, like there are some people in your life that you just may not speak to if they don't speak to you first. You ever check yourself on that though? You ever check that? Check yourself on that. It can get a little crazy. It could get a little ill word, but sometimes it be that way. So we gonna find out why it is that way sometimes with some people, because it ain't like that with everybody. But best believe it's gonna be like that with somebody. So let's get it popping. Let's get it popping on the DG show. That's going down. Yeah. And it's the daily Go Get 'Em is yeah. So let's go. So let's go now. So all right, y'all. So we get set up. Everything is going to be y'all right, and you know it's going to be y'all right. Think it won't, and it's going down. It's happening right now. Daily Go Get 'Em business show, baby. It's all up in your area. All right, shout out to Emily. Dunlap is in the house. I said Emily. It's a boy building destroy. What's going on, some boy? What's going on, some boy? Thanks for coming through. And T Carrie Wright is all up in the house. How you feeling tonight? I'm glad you're going on. All right. Yeah. Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this your daily, the daily Go Get 'Em business show. We do this every single day, every day. It rains, every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the. And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. It's going dead. I said every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. What's going on? Every day it rains, and every day. Hold up. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. That's coming out soon. Record it live. It's coming out soon, baby. And believe me, that will be stuck in your head. You don't think it's going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the night? Oh, yeah? Well, then let me put on some more glue. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Yeah. Yeah. And it's going down, baby. It's going down. The DG Show Daily Go Get Him is the show, man. Listen tonight. Tonight on the Daily Go Get Him Business Show, we are talking about if they ain't speaking, I ain't speaking. If he ain't speaking, then I ain't speaking. If she don't speak to me, I ain't speaking to her. It be like that. Sometimes it occurs. But what leads up to that? Seriously, what leads up to something like that? Because we've probably all experienced it on some level with somebody in our lives. But why does it happen that way? Why would we allow ourselves to stoop to something so petty as to not speak to somebody just because they didn't speak to us, or to practice that type of behavior? Going forward, like, oh, okay. I mean, how does it start out? Innocently, it probably starts out like this. You notice that the person was already kind of shaky when it came to speaking to you. Like maybe they would come into a room full of people and they would speak to everybody in the room, and then they would magically forget to speak to you. Now, you may have given it a pass in the beginning because maybe they didn't know you. You didn't know them. Maybe y'all recognized each other, but y'all didn't know each other. So maybe they didn't feel like it was appropriate to speak. Doesn't really make that much sense when you really think about the maturity aspect of it. But perhaps I said perhaps y'all did recognize each other enough to speak to each other, but one of y'all just didn't speak. Well, they didn't speak, so you didn't speak. But then again, giving the other person or the other entity a pass or the benefit of the doubt, it could be you. Some people are just like that. Like, I don't speak to nobody who don't speak to me, and I don't speak to people that I don't know, and I'm not welcome to strangers, and I don't need no new friends. I don't need no new friends. I'm good. I don't need no new friends no more. I don't even need one more. It can be like that. But when you really think about it, what kind of look is that? Is that a good look? Is it good? But it can happen. So like I said, it might have started off innocently, whereas the person that you are not speaking to, unless they speak to you, maybe they started off acting like they was challenging you to see if you were going to speak first. And unfortunately, sometimes we can get into petty confrontations like that. Power struggles. It's a power struggle, even though neither one of the participants are winning anything. It's not a good look. It's not. It's really not. It's not a good look in any kind of way. But it happens. People do it. They participate in this type of behavior, and it's just something that we have to deal with. It's not something that probably any of us are proud of as far as our behavior is concerned, but it's something that we can easily get caught up in. What's going on, Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita? I said, Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita. And Annette Davis, the number one. What's going on? She says, hey, Omar, with the how's everyone and how's everyone else doing this evening? Hey, that's what's up. Hey, thanks for coming through. Y'all appreciate me some. You thanks for coming through. I appreciate me some. You. So
Oh, T. Carey Wright says, I get that, especially when I can tell someone isn't feeling me. I won't fake the funk. Funny you should say that, Carrie, because like, why do we consider it to be faking the funk? Like, I don't know. One thing I've never really appreciated about the whole I'm not speaking thing is that it's such a feminine trait to me. Like, whenever I participated in it, I wasn't proud of myself because I knew I was acting like a little old bitch. Because it ain't really masculine for a man not to be speaking. Like, if anything, he should be the bigger man and speak and make the motherfucker who don't want to speak to him speak back or totally play themselves. That feels a lot more masculine and macho to me. Like, oh, I know you don't want to speak to me, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna speak to you, look you right dead in the eye, because I know you're gonna speak. And you probably gonna straighten yourself up like, damn, he caught me trying not to speak and shit. Like, yeah. But there are some times when I'm like, well, fuck it then. You ain't speaking to me. I ain't gonna go out of my way to be speaking to you. But every time I do that and every time I feel that way, I have to catch myself. I have to catch myself because that's not the real, when you really think about it, that's not really a battle that you want to win. Because you're not winning shit. You're not gaining shit. It actually chips away at your character when you think about it. And I know we don't really want to think about it that way, but think about it. It chips away at your character because you are a bigger person. You are a better person. And trust and believe, when I talk about being a better person or being a bigger person, I'm not talking about submitting to somebody else's whims all the time. What I'm talking about is being better than them right in front of them. Like letting them know, like, no, we not on the same level. So since you all the way down here, I'm going to be up here and I'm going to look you dead in the eye and speak to you in front of everybody so they can see you not speak to me. Now, how you going to do it? I want to see you straight blow me off in front of everybody because I want them to see you do it. Because it might be easy for you to do this shit face to face, one-on-one, like we two rams up on a mountain, like we two mountain goats, two rams. Goats are much more aggressive than sheep, but rams are aggressive. So yeah, when you really think about it, most people are not going to do that. If they're going to be petty, they're going to be petty when it's just you and them together, or when they are around like petty people where they can get away with it. Being a manager at my job, I've had people try to get away with not speaking to me. And I'll be like, yeah, try it. Because I'll come up to you and give you a task. Oh, yeah. So about that thing, in the bathroom over here, or, listen, let me show you something real quick. And they be mad as fuck. But they don't want to show it because that could result in a write-up. See, if I'm gonna be petty, that's how I'm gonna be. No, I ain't gonna not speak to you because that serves you. Like, if you know you're not speaking to me, you can get away with not working. I come holler at you like, hey, yo, let me talk to you about something. Like, yo, move this couch over here. You see this dirt on there? You see that shit? Yo, we need to get a pan and broom. You know what? We need a vacuum cleaner. Let me get on the walk. Hey, yo. Supplies. We need a vacuum cleaner over here. Stat. We need a vacuum cleaner over here. Stat. So we can get this. So we can get this dirt that's from up under this furniture. Don't worry about it. Yo, we got the vacuum cleaner. I'm coming right now. While we at it, though, while we wait, don't let me stop you from working. See this dust over here? Dusty. Very dusty. You got any yellow rags? We need some yellow rags for the dust. Yeah. You gonna not speak to me. I got something for you. You're not wanting to speak as. Straight lace. I got something for all that. And at the same time, I'm getting work done. Emily, she says, right. And I'll say, oh, you're not speaking, or you don't, or you didn't have to speak. Oh, wait. You're not speaking, or you didn't have to speak so dry. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Carol says, no, I do it all the time. Don't try it. I'll make you speak to me, or you'll look childish trying to be spiteful. Exactly. Get right at him like, hey, how's it going? At the Eagles game, y'all know I've been a season ticket holder for the longest. There used to be a guy who sat in back of me, and I guess he was racist like crazy. So when we would score a touchdown, everybody give a high five. Ah! This was in my drinking days. Yeah. Everybody like, oh yeah, EAGLES, Eagles, all that shit. And then I would turn around and he would be like, I go to give him a high five. He'd be like, he wouldn't do it. And everybody in the section, and you know everybody in the section is white. Everybody would be looking at him like, damn, dude, you gonna do O like that? And I would turn around. That motherfucker must have got his season tickets changed. Because he don't sitting back. I ain't seen him in maybe 10 years. But I used to turn back and be like, oh. So I would high five the person next to it. Yeah, fuck Dallas. Yo. Oh, all right. Because I think it's dumb. All that not speaking shit. That shit is dumb. Now, people do it and they stand behind it. Now, if somebody has done something to you, and in order to avoid anything, in order to express your emotions without resorting to violence, so you think it's best for you to not be on speaking terms with somebody, that's a whole different kettle of fish. But needless to say, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about somebody. We're normally talking about two petty people that are trying to out-petty each other. Because they're not speaking to each other and they talking shit about not speaking to each other. All after the fact. T. Carey Wright says, fuck that. I'm not going to engage in unnecessary negative interactions. I understand. I think I do. And then David says, I do that shit because my ego pride get in the way. I think that I'm doing better with that. I think I'm doing better with that. That's what's up. Petty is as petty does. Everybody hit the like button. Yes, please. Everybody hit the like button. Let's please. Everybody push the like button. 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 Push that 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 like button. Let it go up. Let it go up. You gotta share the show too. Oh, and if you would like to call it, Emily already posted the number. That's what's up. I'm gonna post it right behind it. Good looking out, Emily. Dunlap in the house. I said that Emily. Emily Dunlap in the house. Emily Dunlap in the house. I said Emily. Good looking now. Word up. Word up. So yeah. So if they ain't speaking, I ain't speaking. They ain't speaking, I ain't speaking. Customarily, I only engage in behavior that makes me feel good about myself. I'm not really I don't like to do things that will only win me quick pleasure, like maybe 15 minutes to an hour worth of pleasure. Because I audit myself too much for that shit. I audit myself. In other words, like I look at my own behavior and I decide what's good for me. And I try to discern, or I try to pick apart what I've done. Like, yo, man. Yeah, really. So, like, you feel good about what you just did, son? Like, that's good shit. Because in the long run, like, you know, is it working for you? Are you doing yourself a favor? Have you become a better man? Because I'm the type of man that when I go to sleep at night, I pray that, you know, I ask God to make me a better man today than I was yesterday, and please make me a better man tomorrow than I was today. So I recognize that I make mistakes, and I recognize that I'm going to rationalize that shit and make even more mistakes again. But at the same time, I'm also conscious of my behavior. So with me personally, anything that makes me feel less of a man, you could best believe I'm gonna correct that shit. I ain't gonna be into no sissy shit, but that's just me. So that's what it takes to get me to change. You know, like, oh, you act like, come on, man. You know, that's some old girly shit, son. I'll be like, fuck you talking about. Is it though? Yeah, because I ain't about that life. But I also think that some things are worth your energy and some things just aren't worth your energy. And I can't see how not speaking to somebody could be worth my energy, or the energy that it takes to not speak to somebody. I'm a professional, and I'm in this kind of business. I'm in show business. So how am I going to be not speaking to somebody? Like, somebody could take an opportunity right out of my hands. And that's not to say that they have all of the power over me in their hands, but hey, they have some influence. I have some influence over them with what I'm doing, and they have some influence over the direction of that my career is going towards. This shit good, motherfucker. This shit good, motherfucker. You know, peace to all my day ones and my originals. Thanks for coming over to YouTube, y'all. I appreciate y'all to death. I really do. And you know, for the people who watch this on a playback, let me just put this out there. You should really try to watch the show live, because that's when you get to interact and you get to see what other people like any ideas or any comments that I'm bouncing off of. When you go and watch it on a playback, they don't have any of the comments. That's one thing that I miss about the whole Facebook thing. You still got to see the comments, so people knew exactly what I was talking about, and they were able to go back and respond to those comments as if they were watching a live show. So we missed that part. So, but you know, for people who will listen to this on the playback, or if you listen to one of the other shows, try to catch the shows live. We do this either 6 o'clock every day or 7 o'clock every day, except on the weekends. It's like 10 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. But Monday through Friday, we're either on at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. And I usually announce which time I'm going to be on the day before. I'm getting better with that. Wouldn't y'all agree? But try to watch the show live, because this is interactive, and you can call in 319-527-6199, 319-527-6199, 319-527-6199. But it's best to watch it live, even though, you know, anytime you watch it, hopefully you'll get something good out of it. But watching it live, you get to see how other people of possibly like minds are responding and basically driving the show to go on. Because this is, even though I'm the host of the show, this is bigger than me. My day ones, my originals, y'all drive this thing, and I appreciate me some you. So That's my message to all any of my new people. And by the way, please subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. You know that little subscribe button. You like push that. Subscribe so that way you'll get all the notifications of when we're on or whatever. So as we grow this movement, and we are going to grow it, you know, you be right up in there, you know, participating and being part of this thing. And this is a beautiful thing to be a part of. So, like I said, I don't like behavior that will put me in a frame of mind that I'm not being the best man that I could be. You know, I'm not really with all of that. And I'm not saying that all women engage in this behavior, because not all women are with all of that. And I do realize and recognize that people have reasons for being the way that they are and doing the things that they do and feeling the way that they feel and responding the way that they respond. I have nothing but respect for that. At the same time, just like I said, I try to live my life so that I'm proud of the decisions that I make, and I like myself after I make the decisions that I make. I saw something interesting today on YouTube this morning while I was brushing my teeth and whatever, getting ready to jump in the tub. I was watching this interview with this popular blogger. He's like a hip hop blogger named Doggy Diamonds, and he was interviewing Scott LaRock Jr. Scott LaRock. All my hip hop heads know that Scott LaRock was the originator of Boogie Down Productions. You know, y'all know Boogie Down Productions for KRS-One. You know, my poetry. Just poetry and South Bronx, The Bridge Is Over, Criminal Minded. You know, that first album was just like off the chain. And Scott LaRock was the DJ of the group. KRS-One is the rapper of the group and still is. And tragically, Scott LaRock was murdered in 1987, just as their album was really, really getting off the ground. Now, at the time that they made the album, and at the time of his death, the only money that they were making was the money that they made on the show, doing shows, because they had a really bad contract, even though they had their own label. Now, when Scott LaRock died, he left behind a 9-month-old baby who was his only son and his only child. And I was watching his child, his son, Scott LaRock Jr. I don't know how a person's name could actually be Scott LaRock, but he calls himself Scott LaRock Jr. And he was talking about his dad as if he got a chance to know his dad. And he was saying how he don't fuck with KRS-One. He don't like the dude. Like he feel like he should beat the dude up, and he felt like his father put his trust in people who didn't see his vision, who didn't carry out his vision and his ambition, and how nobody ever took. He was talking about how he grew up in the projects in the South Bronx, and how KRS-One never came and took care of him or threw him any money or helped him out or anything like that. And he was talking like his dad told him this stuff. This boy was 9 months old when his father got killed. And who knows the relationship that he had with his child's mother? Who knows? Because he's his father's only child, but his mother had multiple children. I don't know if he was one of the first or the first. I don't know. But I thought it was interesting because he was talking about Fat Joe, and he was talking about Funkmaster Flex, and he was talking about KRS-One, and how none of these niggas ain't doing nothing for the Bronx, and how they go other places, and they doing places. I mean, they doing big things for those places like Miami and Atlanta and this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, he had to grow up in the projects, and the only one that he's cool with from Boogie Down Productions is D Nice. Everybody else is fake and blah blah blah. And he had really terrible things to say about KRS-One. And I was like, and I'm listening to this cat. And I'm thinking, like, first of all, how do you know what your father's vision of Boogie Down Productions was? Because I'm an industry cat. I know how the shit works. So I'm thinking to myself, like, does he realize that when his father died, even though he had his own label, which was B-Boy Records, they were tied to another label that gave them a really bad contract and they wasn't making no money. And Scott LaRock wasn't part of the second album by Boogie Down Productions. So there wasn't any money evidently there wasn't any money left behind to give. He was just starting out. Sad to say that the brother is gone, but he considers himself not to be on speaking terms with KRS-One. But he said that he would accept the money from KRS-One if he came through. And he said he'd look at it like, if he came to give me some money, that's money on the strength of my father. So of course I'm gonna take that bread. You know, you took my dad's, you know, his vision, his organization, Boogie Down Productions. And I was like, yo, you sound stupid to me. Just keeping it a buck. They sounded crazy. So you telling me that you don't have any words to speak to a man, but if the man came through and offered you money, you would take the money as if you are entitled to the money. Oh, by the way, Scott LaRock died in 1987, the summer of 1987. So that means that Scott LaRock Jr. was probably born in, if he was 9 months, and I remember when he got killed. That was like in the summertime. So it wasn't like August or nothing like that. That had to be like by the time the Greek Picnic came along, he was dead. So 9 months before the Greek Picnic is always the second Saturday in July. So that means that he had to have been born, if he was 9 months old, he had to have been born in 1986, which would make him 34 years old. So 34 years you've been holding this grudge because you believe that your father got cheated and you believe that you got cheated. So the people who could help you out, you're not on speaking terms with them. They ain't speaking, you ain't speaking. So, you know, T. Carey Wright says, Omar, really, it depends on who the person is that you're not speaking to. Yeah, of course that matters. You know, but you can't control anybody else's behavior. You can control your own, but you can't control anybody else's. So you can always control how petty you are, or how low you'll stoop to, or how high you'll go, or what you will choose to match. Is that Charlene Curry? Charlene Curry? Yeah, Carrie, I'll send you the link to the interview. It was kind of long. It was over an hour. You know what I mean? I had to actually abandon it because I was like, this shit. I tried to, but he was talking kind of reckless and really sounded kind of stupid. Honestly, he was sounding kind of stupid. And I don't like to get on that shit. Oh shit. I don't like to get on that shit about, you know, everybody talk about millennials. Because I think if you was born in 86, I'm not sure if you're a millennial. Are you? Is that a millennial age? I don't know. I know this. Like I said, I didn't want to paint him in that light. I didn't want to lump him with the rest of the youth. But he was saying shit like with KRS-One. He was like, he's ugly, I'm handsome. He's old, I'm young. He was talking like that. I'm like, come on, dude, chill. How does he even know that KRS-One knows that he was a thing? I don't know if Scott LaRock, you don't know if Scott LaRock and your mom was together. You don't know that. Remember, Scott LaRock had them all. He was super ho. Scott LaRock had them all. He was super ho. Super sperm. You know? So who knows? Who knows if that was just a song or if it was a reality? Now, we do know that those who follow hip hop like that, y'all know that Scott LaRock, was busy in the Bronx and he was a social worker and that's kind of like how he met Chris and but yeah. But I'll send you the link to the video and but he chose what caught my attention is that he chose to not be on speaking terms with somebody for reasons that to me just weren't justifiable. Now, that wasn't the motivation for this show because this was supposed to be the show yesterday. So, don't think I watched that video today and decide I was going to talk about that. No, this was what was going to air yesterday. But it's all good though. One thing is for sure. One thing about intellectual property. And by the way, for any of you who don't know what intellectual property is that's when you have an original thought, an original idea. Like that's why you have to copyright some things because somebody will come along, steal your idea, make millions off of it, and you standing there holding your dick like, hey, that's my idea. Well, while you was jerking off, I took your I ran with our idea. But anyway, when it comes to intellectual property, the thoughts are yours, but the inspiration belongs to somebody else. You're inspired by somebody else. You're inspired by somebody else. The thoughts are yours. Your mind is yours. But the inspiration comes from someone else, somewhere else, something else. So, before people get all up on their high horse, they get all up on their high horse. And then David says, sometimes some people do me a favor by not speaking to me. I hear you. Carol Chamberlain says, happened to a friend of mine this weekend. Her BFF is jealous because she's friends with somebody that's Petty Betty no longer speaks to. So Petty Betty wouldn't speak. Females, man, just childish. I hear you. I hear you. I hear ya. I hear ya. T. Carey Wright says, oh, okay, wait. It does for me. There are those who prey on the positive energy of others. I believe that. But I just think that you can control yourself. I know that some people can creep and maybe seem like they press your buttons hard enough for you to react, but you really have control over that. And the more you practice your self-control, you're never going to lose by exercising self-control. That's definite. But you also own the keys to your vehicle. Your vehicle is your body. Your vehicle is your mind. You own that. So if somebody is able to keep zapping your energy, that means that you're not learning how to defend yourself well enough. You should get them to the point where they just say, you know what, fuck all that. They making me mad. They not playing right. They're not playing right. They're not playing right. Okay. That's right, Charlene. You figured it out. That's what I'm talking about, Charlene. Charlene. Carol Chamberlain says you begging for money and he's not. Yeah, you should, you should have heard this cat. I was like, dude, you bugging. You don't know what your father's vision was, other than what your mom must have told you. Because let you tell it, nobody that was in your father's crew fucks with you. Nobody did nothing for you. You grew up in the projects, did nothing for you. Grew up in the projects, did nothing for you. You grew up in the projects, did nothing for you. You grew up in the projects. And he was mad about that shit. Like, but he has to understand, like, it took a long time before that album went gold or platinum. And they didn't get no money from that. None. It is what it is. Millennials are anyone born from 1981 to 1996, according to Google. I'm not really fucking with Google on that, though. Because I don't know. So we supposed to be Generation X, but they supposed to be millennials? I thought it was something in between that. Because millennials was also born in the 90s. You said up to 1996? So my niece that was born in 1997, what is she? She looked millennially to me. Hey, Carrie, she looked millennially. She looked millennial. And then David says, my high horse is so adorable. That's what's up. That's dope. But yeah, man, so I'll speak to them if they speak to me. If they don't speak to me, then I ain't speaking to them. I'll speak to them if they speak to me. If they don't speak to me, then I ain't speaking to them. I'll speak to you if you speak to me. If you don't speak to me, I ain't speaking to you. I said, speak to you if you speak to me. If you don't speak to me, I ain't speaking to you. That shit sounds crazy. Like when you actually say it out your mouth, it ain't a good sound. It don't sound good. But that's why we have to come through with the explanation, the reason that we don't speak. The reason why I walk past your ass and won't say nothing to you. Oh, and as the bullshit has been played. All right. But yeah, I mean, think about it though. Now, I ain't telling you to kiss the ass of people who don't give a shit about you. But what I am saying is, why we got to look at it as kissing ass though. And it's on these type of topics that I noticed that men and women really start to close the gap on their gender differences. When you start listening to the reasons that somebody doesn't speak to somebody else, that's when I think men and women start seeing each other, seeing things eye to eye. Because I like any man that engages in that I'm not speaking to you behavior. You know how it goes, because gay men do that shit a lot. Now tell me I'm lying. Go ahead, tell me I'm lying. Go ahead, you can tell me. You go ahead, tell me I'm lying. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead, tell me I'm lying. Yeah, people gonna say I'm lying. Yo, it's the truth, especially at your jobs. Oh no, I ain't speaking to such and such because I'm like, oh, here we go, nigga. You soft as talc. Powder boy. Oh, powder boy. Powder boy. That shit ain't a good look. It's not a good look, son. Yeah. It's not a good look. And that's why I always say that's why I always straighten up when it comes to all that not speaking shit. Because I'm like, nah, we not doing that. That's what we're not doing, son. We're not doing that. Me not got time for it. No. No, no, no. I'm good. I holla back. Yo, but yeah, y'all. So now we've been trying to identify exactly when the not speaking starts. By the way, make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the like, hit the like, hit the like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel too. Hit the like, hit the like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel too. Hit the like. Oh, no problem. Oh, that's right. Carol wants to hear me on the drums. Shoot. All right. So, all right. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Where we? And then David says, "I've definitely damaged a lot of relationships because of me doing this. I'm not speaking to you if you're not speaking to me. Bullshit. Yeah, I mean, because a lot of times it's over a misunderstanding, but sometimes it's really real. But the question that you have to ask yourself is, do you want to be pulled down to that level? And like I said, I'm not encouraging you to try to make nice with people who want to make mean to you. But at the same time, do you want to live your life comfortably or not? Because I find it uncomfortable to be around people that I don't like. That's why I normally remove myself from people that I don't like. So I'm gonna be goddamn if I'm gonna be right there in a room with somebody that I don't like and I'm not speaking to them, but we both acting like that we would speak if the other one would speak. What the fuck? Are we enemies or not? Do we hate each other or not? Are we enemies or not? Do we hate each other or not? Are we hate? Do we hate each other or not? Do we hate each other or not? Do we hate each other? Do I hate you? Do I not like you? Do I hate you? Do I hate you? Do I not like you? Do I hate you? Do I hate you? Do I not like you? Do I hate you? Come on, man. Because think about it. If you around somebody who you would speak to if they would speak to you first, if you around somebody who you would speak to if they would only humble themselves and speak to you too, do you realize that you are fronting? Because if you really wouldn't speak to them, then it shouldn't matter if they speak to you or not. Well, I would be cool with them if they would act a little cooler. I would be cooler with them if they would act a little cooler. I would be a little cooler if they would act a little cooler. I would be cooler with it if they act a little cooler. We could be all right if they just stop fronting. They would be all right if they just stop fronting. I would be cool with them and we could probably kick it. I ain't saying they are the best or the number one ticket. I would be all right with them if they could just stop that stupid shit. I would be all right with them, but I can't get with her or him, and they be acting together. They be getting all cliquish. I ain't with all that bullshit, so I'ma keep it moving. Yeah, come on, stop. You fronting on yourself. When you really, when you really pull back the layers of this shit, you fronting. You fronting. Cause I don't know. I ain't one of them keep your enemies close ass niggas. I ain't with all that shit. No, I ain't keeping my enemies close. Keep that motherfucker, keep my enemies all the way on the West Coast. All the way on the West Coast. You come on the East Coast, I'm gonna kill you. I don't mean kill, you know what I mean? I don't need the hip hop police, coming to holler at me. But I ain't say none of the names of my enemies either. So So, like I said, I like to do things that make me feel good about myself. I like to do things that make me feel good about my actions. You know, when you're a real one, you know when you hearing somebody say some old crazy shit, some old off the wall, unthought out shit. So let me ask y'all this question. We know that there are plenty of times when our emotions, our passion may make us speak out of turn and say things that we really that were they just weren't good. We didn't use good judgment when we said those things. So when you decide not to speak to somebody, are you using better judgment? Are you thinking out things better? Or do you impulsively not speak? Because you know how you have those sometimey speakers. Sometimes they speak and sometimes they don't. 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 Sometimes they speak, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they speak, sometimes they don't. If they make contact, then I'ma speak. If they don't make no contact, I'ma act weak. If I don't see them first and they see me, they better speak to me. Well, I ain't easy. I ain't talking to them. I ain't talking to them. I ain't talking to them. You know, then you got the motherfuckers that try to act like they don't see you. They try to act like they don't see you and you saw them first. They act like they see you, you saw them first. They gotta act like they ain't see you, saw them first. Act like they didn't see you, you saw them first. So now you're obligated to speak first. You're obligated to speak first. You're obligated to speak first. I mean, when you think about it, this shit is crazy. Well, you saw me first. How come you didn't speak? How you know I saw you first? Did you see me see you first? If you saw me see you first, and you saw me first seeing you, thinking that I saw you first. Petty Murphy is in the house. Petty Murphy. Hey, I don't know, man. I don't know. But like I said, I would rather engage in behavior that makes me feel good about myself. I would rather engage in that type of behavior. I don't want to be part of no foolishness, no craziness, no. It's just no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Now we all have a flash of pettiness in our lives. We're probably not all going to stay 100%. 100% grown and mature. You know, the grown is sexy versus the immature is slutty. The grown is sexy versus the immature and slutty. So young, yet so petty. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. We made love scene. Yeah, first we made love scene. But then my phone went off. I received a text message from another woman. Next thing you know, I got my car keyed up, windows busted out, and she slashed my tires. You know? Petty Rashida. I don't know why she acts like that. She got a real bad temper, you see. I mean, I like the shit. If they don't speak, then I won't speak. If they speak, then I'ma speak. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Do you have your own mind? Do you have your own mind? And then David says, let me see you. I'm definitely speaking before you see me. Definitely speaking before you see me. Carol saying, well, you like what I said, powder boy. You know what it is. You know what I mean? They soft, it's cottonelle. You know what I mean? I bet you if you poke their arm, it feel mushy like the Pillsbury Doughboy. He'd probably be like, you probably, you know, poke his arm. He'd be like, did you just poke the arm of Elmo? Well, you poke Elmo arm. Telly, stop playing. Elmo want to shout out everybody who's down with the Daily Go Getimism. T. Carey Wright, Emily Dunlap, Carol Chamberlain, mi favorita, Annette Davis, the number one, Charlene Curry, and some boy building destroy. And whoever else is hiding behind, I don't know, the velvet rope. La la la, la la la, DG show. La la, la la, la 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 la. Emily says, I'm glad I'm not Petty Betty. I didn't have energy for that real talk. And then David says, is texting really speaking? I think it is. I think it is, Annette. To me, texting is speaking. Because if I ain't speaking to you, I'm sure as hell not texting. You ain't get no text from me. Was you crazy? You ain't get no text over here, son. Yeah. Shout out to all my people who have fucked around. And you know how you can butt dial somebody? Well, let me ask y'all something. Can you butt text somebody? Have you ever been scrolling through your text and you see the person that you ain't got no business texting and somehow you fucked around and subliminally texted them? And you looking at your phone like, what the fuck? It may not have even been a real text. It's just proof that you went by their name. So you might have fumbled around with your phone and somehow pressed send, and it wasn't nothing but JQXP. And you like, oh shit, JQXP. They probably gonna think that shit mean just quietly. Exactly. Precious? I don't know. You done fucked around and butt texted. You done messed around and butt texted. Now they know you was thinking about them. Yeah, I know. Yo, man, you know how that shit make you feel when you ain't got no business, when you wasn't supposed to be thinking about nobody, and you fucked around and got caught thinking about them. Yeah, you fucked around and got caught thinking about them like, oh shit. You done butt text. You may have only been in your text messages to go to look at the timeline of when y'all got off the rails, when you was mad at somebody. You was mad at them like, yeah, this shit they wrote. Insensitive bastard. I can't believe they wrote that shit. And somebody call you and you still got the phone in your hand, like, you come back like, oh shit. And you know, you can't undo a text, unlike these messages over here, or like in Facebook Messenger or whatever. You can take away those messages, but you can't undo this. You know what I mean? You on a phone, text me. No, you texted that shit. That shit is there forever. It's there for the cops to the cops to be like, yo, you texted that shit. On February 25th at 8:01 p.m., you text messaged JQXP. Now you text JQXP. JQXP. Can you explain that? Why would you text somebody JQXP? And now he's in the hospital. What a coincidence. We need you to come identify the body and explain this JQXP shit. Carol Chamberlain says, or you're texting someone else and send it to the wrong person. Let's not get into that. Because I still don't understand how that shit happens. Charlie Curry says, you was thinking about me. I was. Emily says, how you going to butt text? However, I've sent a text to the wrong person. Didn't you feel like an ass? Then it's a butt text. And then David says, my ex butt dialed me a whole congratulations to his new girlfriend. And I listened until he hung up. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. By the way, listen, y'all. Listen. I've been seriously thinking about bringing the hike back. You know, spring cleaning event, summer burn, take the fall. I've been thinking about bringing it back. Niggas, ever since 2018, niggas is out of shape. Motherfuckers done put on mad weight. Blood pressures through the roof. All kinds of aches, pains, and ailments. Look, I'm talking, this is all me. Yo, I'm thinking we have to put the band together, but what I need to know is, are y'all in shape to do it now? Because I actually have to get in shape to even really think about doing that hiking shit. But are y'all down? Those of y'all, my go-getters that live in the Philadelphia area, my Mind Right and Body Better fitness program people. If you've done it before, you could do it again. If you've done it before, you could do it again. If you've done it before, you could do it again. If you've done it before, you could do it again. If you've done it before, you could do it again. You can do it again with your family and your friends. If you've done it before, you could do it again. We gonna start from to the end. We start from Chicken Creek. We start from Fairmont Park. It's all Fairmont Park. End up in Valley Green. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? Take the fall. Spring cleaning event. Spring cleaning event. Spring cleaning event. Spring cleaning event. Are y'all down? This time we're going to do a little different. Instead of it being 10 o'clock. And then David says, I already took the fall. Carol Chamberlain says, I'm willing. T. Carey Wright says, I'm down. All right. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. I don't know if I'm, put it back like every month, like before. People start, promises. Oh, yeah, we're going to do it next week. Next month. Be back at it. But I do miss being in shape like that, because that shit was a good look. Anybody who went on them hikes, they know, like a lot of people was one and done. Like, we one and done. We one hike. One hike. Annette Davis says, I could do a half a hike. Man, you gonna do the whole damn thing. One thing about Annette, she could talk all that shit she wants. She is not a quitter. she might be a lot of things. A quitter ain't one of them, though. Sorry, Charlie. Sorry, Charlene. No. All right, y'all, we gotta get ready to get on up out of here. We gotta get ready to get on up out of here, and that's my word. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious February 25th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They are SPECIAL. They are number one out the box, Consqualia. Yeah. Consqualia Holloway turning 47 years old today. And J. Marie Moore, happy birthday to you, Jay. And Grace Lagarde turning 38 years old today. She got a 38. Yeah. What's up now? And Tony Whitmore turning 47 years old today. And Funk Shining J. Hey. And also Robin Wilson turning 50 years old today. Fresh out of the 44, the Club 70s, baby. Fresh out of 40 Club Fresh 70s, baby. And last but not least, my brother in arms. You know what I mean? This was my man up at Penn State, my man Chris Mazik. And Chris Mazik actually played for Penn State football, and he was an offensive lineman. Not defensive, but an offensive lineman. He's a good dude. Played football. You know, he was a wild dude. That was my man. Happy birthday to you, Chris. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious February 25th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on, and do the damn, to rock out, rock on, do the damn, rock out, rock on, and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, I said, hey, yo. Hey, yo, man. Listen, all that, I'm not speaking to you if you're not speaking to me, or I will speak to you if you don't speak to me. At some point in our lives, we got to check our emotions. We have to check our actions. We have to check the way that we are. Sometimes you have to check your fresh. How fresh can you be engaging in such petty behavior? Such petty behavior. But then again, sometimes you have to be you, even when the side of you that you're displaying is not the you that you want to be. But make a move. Do the things in your life, I suggest, that make you feel good about yourself. Now, if not speaking to somebody because they didn't speak to you makes you feel good about yourself, then knock yourself out. But then check yourself. And if checking yourself out still makes you feel the same way, then, hey, man, hey, listen. Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? Who am I? Who are you? Who are we? I can't tell you how to live your life. I can only give out a couple of suggestions. And I will do that. I will do that. So listen, we will be back on tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock. It ain't gonna be no 6 o'clock. We're gonna be 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news, and thanks for coming through. Please make sure y'all hit the like button before y'all get on up out of here, and make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. Make sure that we get our subscriptions up. Please share to all y'all groups. Y'all can still share the show just like you share when we was on Facebook. So make sure we get the word out. Let's grow this movement. Let's keep it popping. And so because we have some good stuff in store, we got some good shit in store. So I want y'all to have a great night, no exceptions, and I will see y'all tomorrow with reception. I holla. All right, peace to all my day ones. Every day brand new. Peace to all my day ones. Every day brand new. Peace to all my
Thank you
day
for
ones.
using
Every
Blog
day
Talk
brand
Radio.
new.
Goodbye.
Peace, y'all.